but body's at 10. Okay, so let's start with our feet this morning. And we're just gonna look at those feet and lift up all the toes and set the toes back down as wide as you can. And do it again. It's cold out there. It's not very warm. Everything is wet. That's it. Ooh. Phew, pardon me. Thank you. So we're letting these feet wake up, spreading them nice and wide. And then I want you to exhale, draw those heels together. And as you do it, I want you to do a short foot. So whether you're in parallel or in Pilates stance, see if you can draw your forefoot and your heel together, as if you were trying to pick something up off of the floor this way with your whole foot. So your arch lifts. Yeah, that's it, good. Try 2 more breaths, exhaling as you draw that up. Good. And 1 more. Good. Nice. All right. And then let's take ourselves into parallel if you're not already. Okay. That's so so this is a tricky, so I'm not going to say anything about your therapist, but sometimes if there's a chronic tightness, what is not holding you that has to be so tight? That's my next question. Okay. So we're still working on feet. Feet are still going to turn on the glutes, right? You're going to feel the connection from the ham up to the glute. What you shouldn't feel is a giant clench, right? If you're clenching, then you might actually be short-circuiting that lifting sensation all the way up your leg. Yes? So there should be a nice little wrap. Good, but not a clench. Good. Okay, because then we're going to take your left foot forward just in front of your other one. You've got 2 straight legs, and you're going to do short foot with just the front foot. And now doing it this way, some of you will have a more marked sensation of your abdominals lifting up. Yeah. Use your breath as you exhale, right? Use that exhale to pull that pelvic floor up. And some of you will notice that there's a little activity sort of evenly across your glutes. Kneecaps might lift up. Good. And then if you pull enough, you might start to rock off of the back foot. Now, if you're a foot minder, you might be limited here. You might notice that your foot wants to actually lift off the ground before you've even come here because of maybe perhaps limited mobility in the foot and the knee. Yeah. So see how far you can pull and rock. As everyone's doing this little small rock, I want you to check 1st through 3rd toes. That's where we want to be rocking through. Some people think of rocking straight through the 2nd toe. That helps you get in that space. Here's a funny thing. I have a lot of people who say, I'm doing it, Mona. I'm rocking off the back 1st, 2nd, 3rd toe. And they have no idea that this is what their ankle is doing, which means they're actually rocking on their 4th and 5th toe, right? The pinky toe. That will create a little bit of tension in your ankle, your knee. So you want to not just be able to feel it on the ground, you want to feel that the weight is on it. Do you see the difference? So you can do a quick little check of your ankle. If you can see the whole inside of your foot, you need to move that foot over. Yeah, does that make sense? Yes, good. Giselle, I see you checking. Yes, Chinda checking. Good. Good. Yeah. So now you get back of ham, glute waking up, right? Ham here, and it's ready to just fall through. Let's switch to the other side. Do the same thing. So first find your short foot, exhaling as you lift up, right? Finding that front foot, because the front foot starts our work, right? The pull of that front foot helps the back one push off. When you find that you've got that front foot going, and you can feel that little connection up your inner thigh. Yes, little inner thigh lift. Good. Then start pulling so that you rock. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing on this side. Yeah, my weight's all the way on my big toe, but can you see my foot is out like a little duck instead of straight forward? So a little pronation is natural. This much pronation is not natural. So, well, maybe it's natural in a bad way. It's naturally occurring, but see if you can straighten out and then find, again, first through third toe while you pull with your other foot. That's it. And when you pull and you get to that toe, you should feel a little of that glute turn on, right? The hip is extended. So Chinda, you can think of letting your glute go anytime you're not extending your hip. Good. That's it. Good. Nice to shell. So upright. Look at you. Beautiful. You look like Degas' little dancer statue. You know, the other one, she's standing with her hands behind her head, or hands behind her hips, she's just waiting. Good. That's it. Okay. Oh yes. Yeah, notice how insidious it can be, whether you're a roller or an overpronator. And often it's not the same from one foot to the other, right? We tend to do this or this. I do this. All right. So connected into those feet. So there was a reason. Where was this going? Something I needed you to feel. There's something I needed you to feel this morning. Oh yes, that was what because then I wanted to add weights in. There we go. So we're gonna pick up hand weights, something heavy for your legs and hips. So holding our weights, we're going to come into a parallel position, and I want you to just take a moment to lift your shoulders slightly. And you're going to think, what? Lift my shoulders? But the problem is a lot of us allow the weights to drag us down. We want to lift up and open up when we hold those weights. Yep, so it's nice and easy and broad. Not pinched up, but just nice and square, yeah? And let's warm ourselves up with a quick little squat. So feet are slightly wider than your hips. Push your hip back and allow the knees to bend. Now, push your foot down, the whole foot, and come back up. And when I say the whole foot, I mean the whole forefoot and the whole hind foot, right? The whole ball of your foot and the whole heel. The arches should lift, right? They're giving you that nice, firm structural support as you stand with your weight. That's it. Inhale on the way down. Glutes let go here, chin on the way down. Re-engage on the way up. Or they at least open wide, right? Because you have weight, they should be decelerating. Nice, good. Good, all right, now check in with feet. How much of that foot are you using? We took time to warm it up, to get connected. Are you still in it? If you get pain on the inside of the knee, check this foot. Is the arch trying to pull away from the ground? Can you get not just the toe down, but the ball of the foot down? Yes, good. That's it. Good. Can I see one more? Franny, see if your weight can sit back more, like you're pushing something away behind you. Yeah, that's a beautiful squat. That's beautiful. Very nice. Okay, good. Do we need a handbrake? Yes? Okay. Handbrake. So while you're taking your hand break, the thing you're going to do next is that same little push off. So exactly like we practiced, short foot in the front, minding your toes in the back. We're really working on refining how we take each and every step. Yeah, so it's a very small, easy push off. My foot minders, again, you're going to be limited somewhat in that there's going to be a place where you cannot bend your foot anymore. You can lift it and then come back down, wherever that is comfortable for you, okay? So, bending your knees to pick up your weights. Very simple, very small. Take your step back, feet are in parallel. I've got to get on my first through third toe, then front foot pulls into short foot, pulling backwards and rocks forward. And then we just gently come back slowly. Good. Inhale, exhale, front foot, short foot, back foot rocks. Come back slowly, coming down slow through your foot. Good. Inhale, exhale. Shh. Good. Come slowly, don't fall. Slow, slow, slow. Good. Yes. All right, keep going. So as you're coming down slow, right, you're still working to come down first through third toe, that straight line from the inside of your foot to your heel. Good. And you might feel inner thighs lift up a little bit there. Hamstring helping to slow it down. Maybe even if we're lucky, you'll feel soleus, yeah? Trying to help slow down the motion in deceleration. Good. How many is that? 6? 8? 12? 8. Thank you, Franny. Good. All right. So that feels like 8 good ones. Just waking up that back chain. Then we will go to the other side. So again, check your feet. It should look like something in an old Egyptian painting. Find your front foot. Start the short foot. Pull that forefoot and heel together and then pull the whole leg back while you rock forward. And then rock back. Slow going back. That's it. That's it. So I could just fall back. You see how I'm letting my body fall back? I'm actually sort of back bending my way back. I want you to keep the front of you on, right? Keep connected to that front foot while you slowly decelerate. That's it. Good. Good. Franny, straighten your front leg, can you? Somehow you're coming up and down. I want the front leg to be straight. Can you straighten it? There you go. Yeah, now do with a straight leg. Just pull that leg straight back. Yeah, can you straighten it again? Those pants are perfect. Everybody get a pair of striped-sided pants like Franny. I can totally see what your joint's doing. And then wear a stripy shirt. That would be awesome. That's it. Good. Better. Can you feel that? And that should come up your hamstring to your glute, Franny. More than just quad. Good. And then if that feels about even Steven, then gently put your weights down. And then give your hands a break. Yes? Everyone making sense? Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of balance for our deep core and our balance ability. So we're first just going to do standing march. Just lift one foot up and push the other foot down. So here's me not pushing my foot down. I'm sitting in my joints, and I don't know if that's visible. Here's me pushing the ground away. You can kind of see I got a little taller. So sitting in my joints, trying to get close to the ground because I'm worried I'm going to fall. Here's me confidently pushing the ground away. Yeah, good. I love it. Okay, so then you're just going to bring your hands up to your shoulders. So we're just pretending we have to hold something and carry it up the stairs maybe, or you're stepping up onto a step stool with something that has to go high up into the attic, right? Then you're going to take your opposite arm, push it up to the sky. Good. And opposite arm and push it up. Good. That's it. Are you still connected to that foot? And you can see where I tend to cheat. See how my hips rock. So that means I'm using a lot of my back. So if you're like me, see if you can drop your hip and then push the ground away. Yes, good. Good. Okay, then if you feel like it, you can add in weights. I would go with something a little lighter because you're holding it over your head and you're balancing. So start first with your feet down, check your weight, see how that feels to you, and then add in your march. That's it. Now check, exhale, ribs in, that's it. Short foot on that standing foot. Length through the spine. Good. So Chinda, you can consciously let your glute go on the lifting leg. Good. That's it. Okay. Can you lift your right shoulder just a little bit? Not pinching it in, just imagine it coming up and out. I think you could roll. So Chinda's feeling her right neck pinch, watching her move. The pec is kind of strong on her right side. So when she's trying to lift, let's see if I can show you. This arm is pretty clean. This one is moving slightly forward. Do you see that? How that's forward? That activates right here. So staying back, push forward. See that? Back where it belongs, forward. So if you're like Chin and you have one side where it's activating your neck, try rolling your pec and lat through here to give you more freedom from the front of you so the back can move more cleanly. Okay, how are we doing? Are you impressed with your balance? I know, you're marching and holding weights overhead. You're getting ready to go picket with the nurses at Seattle Children's. Hold that sign up high. Yes? Okay. Good. How are we feeling? Go ahead and put that weight down. Round those shoulders a little bit. Good. And then just come back into your parallel. Good. Now push your feet through the ground as if you were coming up from your squat, right? That's that forefoot and hind foot pushing down. And then let your spine float above it. Let your spine just float. Don't hold it rigid. I want it to float. So you see me being like a little snake above it? Yeah. This is strong from here down, but above I want you to lift up that spine. Lift it up. So notice if your whole hips are moving. That tells you your spine is still rigid. So shake it out. Push the ground and then let your spine lift. Yeah? Yes, there you go. That's it. That's better. Good. Okay, then we can take that into a nice spine twist. So press through the ground, rotate. Good. And then inhale to center. Exhale, rotate. Good. Inhale to center. Good. All right, feet staying strong, feet to hip. You'll have quads lifting up, inner thighs lifting up. Glutes gently on. Good. And one more. Good. All right. Yes, hopefully you feel like you just did a whole Pilates class in the last 25 minutes. That would be awesome. Yeah? How does your spine feel? Pretty good? Good. Good. All right. So now we will hit the mat. So I'm going to move my heavy weights out of the way. No more clunking heads. You're welcome to bring lighter weights along if you'd like to use them anytime for arms or similar. Let's see, what color am I? All right, so feet in parallel. Find those feet. We're going to roll ourselves down 3 times. Number 4, we're walking out to a plank. Once you get to your plank, it is push-ups. So it will be 6 push-ups. You can come back up, do them at a wall. You can stay down and be on a couch, bench, whatever feels right. Feel what happens if you start with your arches of your feet lifted. If you start with that short foot sensation, notice how it lifts you up. If I just go, that's me just going. If I activate my feet, can you see this really subtle lift that happens? Just a little, yeah? Same thing is true on the way back up. If you truly start from your feet, it powers right to your low belly. Do you feel that? I love it. It's like a big magic button. Good. That's it. Good. Robin? They're traveling right now. They're actually not in Lisbon. So I haven't heard from them since they just made one little message that they're traveling, and I think they were visiting somebody in the States. I will send them a message and let them know you asked about them. Yeah. I think it's nice for people to know when they've been noticed. I know, yes. It's fun. Think about we have our contacts overseas. When you get your 6, you can come on around onto your backside, and then you are going to just gently do a half roll back with support from your knees, just 3 times. That's it, good. And when you get those, we'll roll all the way down to the mat. Can you think of your feet? If your forefoot and your heel are pulling away from you as you go down, you might feel like you have a little bit extra control on the way down. Yeah? We're going to come just into bow, bringing your right leg in a tabletop. Good. Yep. And then gently back down. And in. Pulling away from you, pulling toward each other. Well, I guess, yes, that's another way to think of it. They're pulling toward each other and together pulling away. Oh, yeah, no, like if they could pull away from your legs. Good. All right, one more. All right, because then we're going to roll up, get nice and fluid. So if you start by trying to reach your feet away from you, some people will find that they reorganize a little better. Wow, nice. And they come up just a little more smoothly. Yes. Look at you all. Good. Do the same thing on the way down. We're just going to do 2 more times. Up, down, up, down. See if you can start with those feet. Feel what happens. It's magic. It's funny because on all the apparatus, it starts with footwork. Mat work historically has not started with anything with our feet, but that's only because that's not what was written in his book. But we have film footage that when he taught groups, Joseph Pilates, he would start them on their feet and they would jump and jump, like they do all kinds of things with their feet. So it's not Pilates to work on your feet. It's very important to work on your feet, in fact. So if you're down here, then we're going to draw those legs together. Now lift both of them off the mat as you come into a hover. Take a breath, exhale, see if you can scoop your belly in. Your tail will feel like it tucks ever so slightly. Good, and then lower that back down. Inhale and exhale back up. Draw those legs together. Good. Again, belly up, tail slightly under, and then back down. Good. And 2 more. Good. Heels together, feet reaching away from you. That's it. Get rid of that tension. Good. Well, it's under tension because it's lifting, but you don't want it to be pulled up into your body. And last one. That's it. Nice and long. Nice and long. Good. Good. Nice. All right. Take your hands down to your side. Leg slide those heels up toward your butt and then lift the legs up to the sky. Good. We're going to go into rollover so you can push strong against the floor with your arms. Inhale, open. Exhale, roll down. You can stop right here or you can keep on going all the way down. Either way. Other options are using the wall, couch. That's it. Good. Yep. Keep on going. Good. Now, if you're a swinger, meaning you gotta swing those legs to get up, that's okay. But what I'd like to see you do is, once you're up, see if you can take your hands away and balance. You want to pull your tail away from your head and work the deceleration moment to build that strength so that eventually you'll be able to get up without swinging. So if you work the down, eventually the up will come. That's it. Yeah, you can, yep, use it. There you go. Now lift your hips, take your hands away. That's it. Good. Good job. Awesome. Then come down as slowly as you can, looking for that length. Yes, good. Nice. All right, very good. Extend those legs out. Left leg up to the sky, right leg in parallel, pressing down. Leg circles. Exhaling across, inhaling as we come back up. That's it. And give yourself about 5. Just getting nice and loose in the socket, so the leg that's up should be getting length from behind the hip and the ham. Good, and then we reverse. Good, and when you get both feet, both directions, when you get both directions, then feel free to switch feet. That's what I'm saying. Check that when you start, the leg on the ground. Get it in parallel first. Make sure your foot's not curled up inward. And then go. Good. That's it. Nice. And then when you get both directions, then you're going to leg slide in and then roll like a ball. So that's that same thing, coming into bow, pulling up, pulling those legs in until you're all the way up, and then you can rock back. So if you are ready to rock, go right ahead. You're going to round that spine, exhaling back, inhaling up, and you can round all the way back. I'm frankly not going to, because my head says don't. That's it. Good. Yes. Nice. So, I love, yeah, Deshelle, do that again. That was great. If you can see Deshelle, how tight she is. Look at her arms stay super bent. They do not give up one iota. Yeah, watch her as she rocks back and forward. Totally strong arms. So that's part of the trick of rolling like a ball. If our arms are giving up, that tells us so is our core, right? It's letting go too. We want to be able to keep that super tight tuck no matter where we are holding from. Yeah? I know, she's like, is it possible? Well, so Chinda's modeling, she's using a ball instead to get there, a ball between her forehead and her knees. Is it doable? Because I also have extra flesh here and a lot of flesh here, right? So it's possible. It just squishes. That's all. And I know. Yeah, so she's putting the ball, Franny, right between her top of her knee, top of her thigh here, and her forehead. So it's right here, so that when she rolls, she's got that. And that, so don't hold it between your knees, hold it in front of your knees. That's it. So now your forehead has to stay on that ball. There you go. And if anyone else has not tried this version, I love it because it really shows you where some of the little leaks are, where maybe your head flips back, where maybe your whole body flips back, because you'll lose your ball otherwise, right? So it's fantastic. And you see how nicely Chinda rolls, holding that ball there. Yeah, right, Penny? Yeah. Yeah, it's a great tool. So let's rock on back and give ourselves our twist. So if you want to hold a weight here, you can. Of course you can. Don't have to. Hands can be forward. They can be behind your head. I'm holding a weight, so mine will be forward. Gonna reach one leg out, coming into that bow to the side, and exhale, rotate to the other side. Yep. After all that forward, we need some twists. And twist. Okay, now what if you keep your foot active as it reaches out, even as it comes back in. So one reaching away, one pulling up and in. Good. If you're getting weird IT issue as you pull in, check your foot. It might be cocked one way or the other, right? So make sure it's as level across the sole of the foot as possible. These things trickle up, you guys. That's it, good. And last one. And back to center and rest in. Good. Arms to the sky, legs to the sky. Weight or no weight, doesn't matter. It could be 1, 2, or none. And go 2. I'm coming up into a bow. And first I'm just going to keep my bow as I lower my arms to the side and then bring them back up. And just feel that sensation. Can you? Bend your ribs, right? So that you're not pulling yourself up with your head, but rather just lifting your chest off the mat. Yes? All right. Last one. Good. Let yourself come back to the ground. Bend your knees. Reset the legs. Lift back off the ground. Now we're going to lower the legs. So remember earlier when we did that little hover lift and I said think of a slight tuck in your tail here. This is where I want that tiny little tuck in your tail, that pulling up of your pubic bone. Right? This should pull up. Tail should come under slightly. Good. One more. Good. All right. Chest and head come down. Let those knees come down. All right. Reset. Heads are starting to get higher than your chest. And we don't want too much of that. So now we're combining. Arms up, legs up. Lifting your chest, right? Lift your chest, not your head. The head just comes along for a ride. Exhale, lower the arms and the legs a little bit. Feel how your abs have to pull up a little extra. Bring them back together. So they're mirroring each other. They're going the same direction. Your whole body is pulling away from your feet and hands. Does that make sense? All of your abs lifting up to your center. That's it. Good. Pull away, pull away, pull away. We're doing pike up, but we're doing it laying on our backs. Scoop the abs up, scoop the abs up, scoop. Good. All right. Chest comes down. Knees come down. Feet come down. Weights go down. All right. Feet in parallel. Hands at your sides. Inhale and exhale. Peel your spine up off the mat. Good. And then inhale, exhale, roll it back down. So yes, we are back in ham and glute territory. But once you get down, that glute should relax. Inhale, exhale. Peel it up. Good. And roll it down. So I wanted us to work a little bit on power. And so I'm going to come lay this way so you can see my feet. My hips. We're going to come up, lift this is going to be your left leg into tabletop. Then see if you can thread it underneath your right one. Your hip will fall at an angle. Yeah. Now find your right foot, push it in the ground, and it should start your hip moving. Then once the hip starts moving, you can bring that leg all the way back up into tabletop. So thread under. Inhale, press, the hip should begin to move by lifting the leg. I want you to feel the foot to hip before you lift that knee back up. Yeah, it's not a pretty smooth little move. This one has got two parts in the returning back to start. It's got to be foot to hip, then the knee finishes. Good. Try about 6. So, okay, find that right heel foot drive. Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Yes, there. Look how much more you got out of that hip. Good. Same thing to shell. When you come up, I want to see the right foot drive. Really push down. Yes. Wow. Okay, good job. That was good. Very nice. Okay, so you can switch sides if you haven't already started your second side. So you're on now, your left foot is your important foot, right? Your left foot is going to be holding you up. So we come up into that bridge, thread your right one underneath you. Start with your left foot, drive it. There should be a motion in the hip, not the knee, the hip. Then the knee finishes coming up. Yeah, under, drive, and lift. Yeah, so I'm under, and drive. The knee will pop a little bit, but that's only because the hip is moving. Then the knee finishes. So foot, hip, then knee. Underneath. Foot, hip, then knee. Does that make sense? I see you thinking very hard about it. Yes, because it's offset, it's working to pull the whole hip back underneath you. So you get, yeah, side to center. You should feel side to center on that supporting hip. Yes. So if you are like Michelle and feeling your low back, let's see if I can even show you. Sometimes we lift by pushing our chest up. I'm pushing my foot down, but I'm also pushing my chest up. So I am getting some glute. I'm also getting more low back than I want. If that's you, check that your ribs are in. They have to stay in to help encourage you to get into the hips instead of the low back. And we just know that that's an old pattern. Michelle, a gymnast, so constant rib popping. All right, how are we doing? How are you feeling all around there? 2 is enough? Okay. So then if you need to, go ahead and take a foot on the opposite thigh. Now you should hopefully feel a stretch through the side of your hip. And some of you, it will come wrap all the way around under the hip. If it feels good, you can curl up into a bow. You can grab that leg and pull it towards you. And then gently come down. And then, if you'd like even more stretch, very slowly tilt your pelvis toward the leg that you're holding on to. Not the one on top, but the one that's you're holding. You're just going to rock to the side. And if you go slowly, the other way, Franny, go toward, oh, you're holding on to the top leg. Hold on to your bottom leg. That's it. Pull that one toward you. There you go. Now rock toward that leg slowly. You should feel that trickle deeper through the fibers. Yeah? If you go fast, you won't feel it. It'll stay external. It's got to be a very slow motion, slow fall. You got to give the fibers time till it... then you can go to sleep. And then make sure you've tried both sides out. See how they feel. But again, if you go fast, you'll miss the trickle through the layers of fiber and it will stay pretty external. Oh, is that enough stretch? Where do you feel the stretch, Kay? Okay, good. Yeah. So Kay's doing her own variation. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. In fact, I like it when you guys explore a little bit. I think that's really good for you to feel in your bodies. Okay, everyone seems like they're flat out. So let's flip over and wake our brains back up. We're going to come onto our sides and we're going to do a little side leg. So we're going to be a little extra glute med. I know you just did it, but we want this oblique to wake up. So we're going to do a combo clam and side lift. Yeah. So if you would like to just be gentler here on your supporting one, you can stay down. You don't have to lift, but I do want you to press down. Or you could just do a simple side plank, right? Simple kneeling side plank. You can alternate one, then the other, or one and this one, right? The reason I like this side plank is because we need to work this whole side. So not just the side of your hip, but the oblique, the serratus. So that's why we do these guys. Not just for the hip. Yeah, that's it, lifting up that side. Good, so whichever variation you're doing, try at least 6. Yeah? See if you can get up to 6. Make sure that your whole forearm is helping push down. If you're only resting in your elbow, you're going to eventually land in your neck. You want to push away with that hand. That's it. There you go. Oops, I didn't come down, did I? I'm just doing my own variations. Good. All right. And then go ahead and let yourself just simply come on up. We'll swing around to the other side. Hi. I know you're just waiting for that stuff to dry off, aren't you? He's so bummed that it rained. The sun is out, but his deck furniture is still wet. He keeps checking. Oh, dang it, it's still wet. So again, you can start here with just the clam. You could be doing just your hip side up. You can alternate the clam, right? Anything that feels right in your body at this moment, just do it well. Whatever version you're doing, do it well. So again, pressing down, whole arm, not just resting in the elbow, push it down. Yep, good. If you're lifting your hip, make sure it comes forward. Don't live in that crease. Get that open. Good. Good, that's it. So funny. The sun came out from behind a cloud and he just ran out. Oh, maybe now it's dry. All right. Good. How does that feel? Yeah, strong. Okay, good. So if that feels strong, then let's roll onto our bellies. There it is. I knew there was one more weight around here. And I have a little bit of swan. So, yes, legs are active. So if you lift those kneecaps up, you might feel your arches turning on, right? You will feel your hamstrings turning on and your glutes, all of the above. Float that sternum up, keeping those legs active. That's it, good. And then gently bring it back down. So Chinda, what if you think about slightly tucking your tail there? It seems like there's such a hard line in the small of your back. Yeah, just a tiny little tuck. It will feel like maybe one of two things. Either you can't lift higher or you suddenly feel like you have more line, more length in the back. That's it, good. Good, and then you can all add those hands in. That's it. Good. Now, check your knees. Can you lift your kneecaps up again? Not your toes, your kneecaps. That's it. There you go. Good. Hand down. Do it again. Inhale, exhale, lift. Get wherever you get to. Doesn't have to be all the way. And then imagine lifting your kneecaps up, pulling them up your thigh bones. Good. Toes stay down. Good. And one more. That's it. Good. So that's that again. Just like standing, you need quads and glutes. Here we're keeping that same sort of sensation going in the legs. All right. So swimming, arms forward. You're going to lift your left leg, right arm, and then inhale, exhale, switch. So on the lifting side, can you still picture that kneecap pulling upward? Pulling up your thigh. Yeah, wow. Good. That's it, good. And one more on each side. Nice, good. Take those hands, put them underneath your chest. You're going to lift all the way up into a plank. So you can start 2 knees and then go into a full plank if you'd like. Nice, good. We're just going to take your right knee, cross under to your left elbow. Push your left foot back as far as you can. And then step back to center. Same thing other side. Hold it. Push the other leg back as far as you can. And then step back. So I'm going to give you a side view because I want you to see. Let's see if I'm on the screen. As I cross here, here's me leaning into my hands. Here's me reaching that leg back. Leaning, reaching. Yeah? That's it. So, talking about the supporting foot, I'm trying to create maximum space through your pelvis, right? So one is pulling, the other one is on the ground pulling back the other way. So, yeah? So I'm going to show you again. One is forward. This one that I'm wiggling, I'm going to pull that leg back as far as I can while pushing down on my toes. It means that when I'm standing, if I need to run upstairs, this already has that sensation of pushing down, pushing back. Yeah? Try just one more on each side, one more on each side. See if you can get that sensation of pushing the toes back and the heel back. Yes! Yes! Look at how athletic you guys could just go run right up some mountains right now. There you go. Good. Yes, good. All right. So now we're going to have a seat on our back side. And have a little bit of reverse plank. So, Chinda, if you don't want to lift, because any lift is going to engage your glutes, you can just press down with your hands if that feels good, or whatever else. Everybody else, reverse plank in Pilates speak is leg pull back because we're supporting from our back. So we lift the hips up. If you can add your kick, add your kick. If you would rather add a knee pull, add a knee pull. If you would rather be in hover, you can be in hover. If you'd rather be in table bridge, you can be in a table bridge, right? Whichever version of those is working for you today, whatever you have energy for. Just in any of them, please watch your head. Some of you are hanging like broken rosebuds off of their stems. Eyes should be forward. Yeah, eyes forward. There we go. That's it. Good. Good. That's it. One more on each side. Yes. If you're doing that, come on, watch out for this. Push. Push. Come on, Kate. Push. Push down through the floor. So your shoulder blades slide down the sides of you. Do one more. Come on, just give me that much. Yes. Yes. Beautiful. Good job. Yeah. Same thing. Okay. Can get them to slide. All right. So let's come into our mermaid. And we're going to take a side over in that mermaid. Hip is nice and heavy. Franny, I think on the last one you did, your hands got a little too far back, but then you were done. So just think about that. If they're too far behind you, it's almost impossible not to shrug. Good. Give yourself that little twist if your spine allows it. Some of you will feel sort of the underside of that hip stretching there. We'll come back to the side. Good. And then I want you to round forward. Sweep forward. Use your hands to help support you. Again, you should feel your hip. Good. And then see if you can come all the way around until you're looking at that shin. You're a little more upright. Spine minders, remember, don't force the twist, just easy. Good, and then gently unwind. We'll flip those hips over to the other side. And then side over. Remember, this hip is trying to stay down. Good, yes, you guys. You had some very lovely moments today. Go ahead and rotate around. Lots of helpful advice going around the room. I love it. And then from there, after you feel your hips start to stretch, or maybe your spine start to stretch, then gently sweep forward. Use your hands on the ground to support you. And you might feel that hip stretch again. Hold that for a sec. Oh, that side is tight. And then as you spiral all the way around to that other shin, you'll lift your spine up a little. Enjoy that twist. Good. Nice. All right. And then hands come forward. We're just going to let ourselves lift up. Step back into your plank. And then press up into your elephant, your open pike, your down dog. Feel the stretch up through the back of your legs. If you want to run your feet here, that might feel really good. You worked your low leg a lot by thinking about how you move your foot. So that little bit of running through the ankles and the heels should feel good. And then when you're ready, both those feet come down. We'll walk your hands into your feet. Press through the ground and round all the way up. Yeah? Good. We're going to have palms forward. Pull back. Good. Turn your head easy to the side. Good. And then turn your head easy to the other side. Back to center. Release. This time palms back. Press back. Turn your head easy. And easy. And center and back. Good. Take those arms back. Sweep them up. Good. Side bend. Good. Reach down through those feet, up through your spine, up through the middle, and other side. Take a breath, exhale, reach. That's it, so you feel stretch through the front of you. Good. Back to center, take hands behind your head, pull your throat into your hands, and then lift your chest up, pulling those elbows wide. So it's like a little standing swan. Good. Keep your feet active so your hips are supporting your spine. Good. Now curl down. Curl, curl, curl. Look at your belly button. Good. And one more time. Unfurl up. That's it. Good. And then curl down. Good. This time let your hands just drop and round your spine up. And let your shoulders fall into place. Thank you, everybody. Yes. Thank you for all your thoughtful footwork. I know it's small and I know it's a little space, but it makes a difference in the whole rest of us and our access that we have. I hope that makes sense. Good, good. All right, gang. Very good job. Yes. And again, I'm adding all the helpfulness to our good news today. Very good. Yeah.